Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the first ever episode of the M&J Sports Podcast. I'm George. This is my co-host Matthew. Before we get into the video, thank you for clicking on the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get right into it.
All right, football is back, baby. On Friday, the Premier League is back. My favorite league.
Soccer for some of us in the States.
Soccer for us in the States. If you're watching over the channel in England, you know it's football. But it is back. It started Friday with an opener at Anfield, Liverpool versus Norwich City. Liverpool obviously defending European champions, and Norwich City defending championship trophies. So they got promoted.
Recently promoted, yep.
So I think we all expected the result. 4-1 was the final score. Salah, Van Dijk, Origi all scored. It was an own goal from Norwich that actually kicked off the season. Norwich City got one in there from their leading scorer last year. But the big thing about that was
Alisson's injury.
one of the best goalkeepers in the world, arguably the best, is out for 4 to 8 weeks. You got to think also, UEFA Super Cup is coming up August 14th. Now, Liverpool's playing Chelsea. And we'll get to what happened to Chelsea later on. But they were playing without their keeper. Without their best keeper. So I think they will drop a couple points. Maybe they'll draw. Maybe they'll even lose a couple games.
I think they'll draw.
I think they'll draw. I haven't really checked their schedule. But I'm sure in the next 2 months they will have a game against one of the big six. It would suck if they play Manchester City while Alisson is gone because they would get torn apart. But yeah, I think it's definitely a disadvantage for Liverpool going forward.
Yeah, can't disagree with you on that one. Next game, let's get into Man City versus West Ham United. Talk about domination. Just out there playing against a youth 12 football club, basically.
Yeah, basically. Raheem Sterling hat-trick. He's insane. Aguero got a penalty. Gabriel Jesus scored.
What about the VAR coming in for the first time in the Premier League?
Not only that, overturning a goal. Not that it really mattered. It's not like it was gonna change anything, but people say VAR is controversial. I'm not the biggest fan of it.
I like it. I feel like VAR should be here to stay. If it gets every call right, I like it. Y'all let us know in the comment section what you guys think about VAR. Should it be here? Should it not?
Yeah. Next game, Crystal Palace versus Everton. 0-0. Nothing really exciting.
But Everton did pick up the first red card of the season. They come later into the game. Crystal Palace maybe had an opportunity to score there with 10 men on the field, but they couldn't get the job done. Ended in a 0-0 tie.
Yeah. Burnley FC brought it to Southampton 3-0. That's a game that, whatever. Like, they're both maybe low to mid-table teams. Same thing with Watford Brighton. Brighton won 3-0, so again, not really anything we're going crazy about. Bournemouth, Sheffield United. Sheffield United, the only team to get promoted to win a point this first weekend. And they did that late, 86th minute is when they scored. So they got that point very lucky. Tottenham, Aston Villa, to me, that was one of the better games of the weekend.
Talk about Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
What a man. What a man.
What a man.
2 late goals.
2 late goals within 5 minutes. Not only that, Tottenham they were down 1-0 at halftime. But an interesting stat I found, they had the most comebacks. They were the team that went down at halftime, won the most games.
Wow.
Last year. So very interesting. But yeah, Aston Villa, I think they'll be mid-table. They had a good first half. When you have Harry Kane going at you to win the game, I don't think there's much you can do. One of the best strikers, not only in the Prem, but in the world. So yeah, Leicester versus Wolves.
2 teams that we both believe could be top 6.
2 teams that we think can both crack. Wolves, obviously, last year they were
whooping everybody.
They were whooping everybody.
People that they shouldn't be beating.
They were whooping everybody on top and losing everybody on bottom. It was beautiful. Leicester, obviously, they've been solid for a couple years now after winning the Prem a while back. So
let's get into it.
You talk to us about your Arsenal, you Gunners.
We did come out with a dub. Was it a disappointing one? Yes, but a dub's a dub. We didn't have our main man Lacazette coming off an ankle injury, giving him time to recover. Our new signing did come in though, Nicolas Pepe.
What you think about him?
I mean, he came on in the 70th minute, just came back from the African Cup, taking some time to get his legs back.
Yeah.
We did also sign 2 huge pieces that we really needed. In the defense part of our game, we picked up David Luiz and Turney
You think David Luiz is going to be that much of an impact?
from Mustafi.
But the way I look at it, David Luiz and Mustafi, they both have mistakes. Maybe not. Mustafi's on a different.
Arguably, David Luiz is one of the best defenders in the world at one point.
At
when
one
you have that
point.
experience back there to help, I feel like he's going to get the job done.
I feel when you look at him
Huge
as
improvement.
a veteran, like a help, okay, I agree. And also for $8 million, that was a pretty solid deal. But we'll get into transfers later on. You know what's better than a dub? Domination. That's what happened at Chelsea. They're playing Champions League football, people, and they lost 4-0
To your team.
to my team, the Reds, Manchester United, baby. Yeah, Chelsea just looked. We watched that game a couple hours ago. They just looked terrible.
Unlucky at some points.
Unlucky.
Hit
They
the
hit post a couple times.
But
but-
still, Man United was just in a
Yeah,
different
Man
league.
United, their first clean sheet in 16 games. Obviously off Harry Maguire and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. What do you think? Who was your player of the match? Your man of the match?
I'm going to have to give it to the main man, Mr. Oof, who am I going to give it to? You had the likes of Rashford did score.
Rashford scored a brace, yeah.
He scored twice. Pogba played nice in the midfield, had an assist.
Pogba had a great second half. I never seen him in the first half.
Anthony Martial, back to number 9,
Yeah.
doing Martial type things. But I'm going to have to give it to Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire.
He
Slab head.
he went out there, did his job. I don't think he got dribble past, correct?
He was not dribble pass, no.
When that happens,
100% passes completed.
when you're out there holding on the main forward, and especially you guys keep a clean sheet like that,
Yeah.
I have to give it to him.
Yeah. It was great every time he headed the ball, and Old Trafford went crazy. That was great. Bissaka, Wan-Bissaka. I think all 3 of our signings had great games. Daniel James getting his first goal for the club.
What a moment! Not the prettiest goal.
But it was very emotional. You could tell he loves the club, and that he's gonna do great things at the club. Very fast winger. Wan-Bissaka, incredible. No one could get by him in the first half.
And the first half, what a man! He was out of the world.
Harry Maguire had a just great. Yeah, my man of the match also. Harry Maguire, just phenomenal. And I think what a game. I'm proud to say my Reds, second in the table right now. Wish the table ended. Wish the season ended. Not really, but second in the table right now. So we'll move on to. You want to go to predictions? Do you have any predictions about the season? Just any bold predictions you want to say?
Actually, I do. Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Top 3 team. in the
Oh
league this
my
year.
God, I can't
Top
believe
3.
it.
Top 3. You guys are gonna be top 4. You're gonna play Champions League football. But you guys are gonna be under
About time.
Arsenal. I feel like it's gonna be Liverpool finally gonna get their Premier League trophy that they've been so desperately chasing. Then I have Man City. Yes, Man City coming in second.
I can't see Man City coming in second.
I just feel like Liverpool is gonna be in a different league. They're gonna be playing out of their mind. They really want this. They just came off a Champions League win, Champions League trophy win, matter of fact. I feel like they're gonna come in, do big things, finally get their first place that they've been chasing for. And yeah, my bold predictions: Arsenal will be top 3.
I'm gonna go off what you said. I think the biggest difference between Liverpool and Man City is Liverpool. What did they do this transfer window?
Not much.
They didn't do anything this transfer window. And I understand, why change a winning team? That's understandable. But what did Man City do this transfer window?
Picked up the likes of the right back from Juve.
The right, Joao Cancelo, and he came off a fantastic year.
But what do you think about that with Kyle Walker? I mean, he was probably one of the best right backs in the Premier League last season.
I think he possibly was second to Alexander-Arnold. But also you got to think maybe Walker they'll try and switch him to center back.
I mean, he could play the center back position.
Yeah. And yeah, not only Cancelo but also Rodri, the Spanish from Atletico Madrid. And I think that's a big difference. Even though Man City won the league, they've won 4 domestic trophies in 2019, which is insane. They still added pieces to get better, and I didn't see Liverpool do the same. They had, the backup keeper signing. They didn't really do much, and I feel they should have maybe signed someone, maybe not even a starter, but just extra depth that they need because injuries happen, and exactly like we think about it, Alisson. You know, maybe if they had a better backup keeper, like Barcelona has a great backup keeper, Neto, even though they have one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now, Ter Stegen. So I think that's what separates them, and I think in the long run, I just have Man City winning again. They just dominate English football right now.
You can't argue with that, but I still feel like Liverpool's going to pull it out.
All right, we shall see. Only week 1, so we got a bunch of weeks left to go. So we want to move on to transfers now. I'm going to give you the top 10 transfers of the 2019 transfer window. And
is this for the Premier League or in general for the whole?
This is, I think, we'll see as it goes. This is a top 10 transfer, so I'm sure maybe you'll hear Joao Felix, Eden Hazard. And I'm just going to give you the name,
all right,
what team they're going to, and you tell me how you think about it, and I'll add on my own opinion. All right, so look at it. David Luiz to Arsenal.
Love it, baby. Love it. Love it. They really needed to buff up the defense. I feel like this man right here has a lot of experience. One of the best defenders in the world at one point. I feel like he's gonna do great things for Arsenal. And only for $8 million.
I feel like that was a steal. That's what I think.
I feel like that was
a steal.
A big steal.
Don't know if it would have been that much more expensive, but I think that is a good deal for David Luiz. Also, he played with, if I'm not mistaken, he played with the coach at PSG, Unai Emery. So that's huge. This one I love, Moise Kean to Everton.
He's gonna do big things.
Moise Kean. I think he's going to be one of the best strikers in the world in around 5 years. I think he's going to be a top striker in the world. To Everton, I don't really know because Everton, you know, it's mid-table. But, you know, it will help him, you know, English football, as we've said earlier, I think it's the most competitive. So he's definitely going to get tested, and I feel he will come out on top. And I feel that, yeah, Moise Kean. I feel like he'll thrive in Everton and hopefully move on to a bigger team and then, you know, eventually win some trophies. Moving on to the next one, Rodri, as I said, to Manchester City. Think about that one.
It's a big pickup for Man City.
I mean, he's a great midfielder, great defensive midfielder.
I mean, they just improved their team already. Their team's already stacked. Adding a player like Rodri's only gonna make them better.
Yeah. Pep Guardiola said that he loves everything about Rodri, everything that he brings to the team. And yeah, I feel great pickup, you know. And a big thing about that is Atletico Madrid. We don't want to touch on that too much, but they lost a lot of people. Godin, Griezmann. But then we'll get to who they added later on, the Wonder Kid, baby. Number 7, Ndombele to Tottenham.
Scored his debut goal.
That's what I was going to say.
What a goal from outside the box.
What a goal. Yeah, the kid's great. Reminds me a little bit of N'Golo Kante.
Does he?
A little bit.
Does he?
A little bit. I don't know if Kante can shoot outside the box like that, but I don't know. I think it's a great signing for Tottenham. He broke their transfer budget record, transfer signing record, and I think, you know, he'll be good in the midfield.
Something that they really needed. I mean,
Yeah.
They did have Eriksen, but he's more of an attacking player. This is
Yeah.
somebody that can sit down, defend, get the passes out,
Yeah.
you know, score goals. You can do a little bit of everything. So it's a good pickup.
Yeah, and also we didn't know what was going to happen with Eriksen this transfer window. Stayed at Tottenham, but there was, you know, linked to Real Madrid and Manchester United. Everyone's linked to Manchester United. We never get any fucking buddy. Number 6, Nicolas Pepe at Arsenal. What do you think about that one?
Who only had $45 million to spend this year.
40 million.
I love it. We needed someone on the wings. We needed someone that could attack. Even though we have Lacazette and we have Aubameyang, we also need someone in that winger position. I feel like this man's going to bring it for us. He's a young player. He'll be someone that's going to do great things for the club. I love it. Love this pickup.
And I feel we can learn a lot from Aubameyang and Lacazette. That's huge. I think that's where his career is really going to take off. So we got to move on to the next one. Who do we have here? Oh, man. Harry Maguire to Manchester United. Do I think he was worth 80 million? No. But would I spend 80 million to not have Phil Jones and Chris Smalling running around? Absolutely, yes. Like we talked about, man of the match for the first game. Incredible. He didn't let the pressure get to him either, which I was impressed by. You know, he barely practiced with the club. It was very close to the deadline to start the season, and they said, "Here, you're the most expensive defender in the world. We're bringing you in." Wearing the same number as Rio Ferdinand, a legend of the club, but he delivered. So, for me, I love it.
Against a team like Chelsea.
Yeah.
Against a team like Chelsea, very impressive.
Playing Champions League football, like we said again,
Very impressive.
Should they? Will they go far?
They still have time. They just picked up a new coach. It's a tough game
Christian
away.
Pulisic, the American.
The American, big things. I expect him to do big things for the club.
Had a rough game. He
didn't start. Came off the bench. You just gotta give him some chances.
But also Kante came off the bench and he played. He was very impactful.
It's N'Golo Kante.
That's N'Golo Kante, baby. But yeah, I think fantastic signing. One of the better signings we've made since Alex Ferguson has left us. Number 4, Antoine Griezmann to Barcelona. What do you think about this?
This was kind of controversial.
You think so?
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, there were a couple, Atletico Madrid saying that, they owed us money, they didn't pay us a certain amount of money. So, yeah, I can see where it's controversial.
A team like Barcelona only get better at adding a player like Antonio Griezmann.
On the winger, yeah, and there was a big controversy that Messi wanted to bring in Neymar instead of Griezmann. Yet, Griezmann he scored his first goal in preseason a couple days back. As a Barcelona fan, I like it. I think Griezmann can learn a lot from Suarez and Messi, and he's a very exciting player, very energetic, so I think it's good. I like it. Mathis de Ligt to Juventus. Wow, what do you think about this one?
Big signing for Juventus. Improving the squad even more. They have the likes like Ronaldo. The defense is about to be out of this world this season.
Yeah, I already thought their defense was insane. Chiellini, Bonucci, Alexandro. Obviously, Cancelo left. But yeah, Mathis de Ligt, I think he's going to be one of the best center backs in the world, coming up. So, huge signing, the Dutch defender. And also, not to mention, he plays on the same team, same international team as Virgil van Dijk. So,
learned a lot of things from that man. Probably the best defender in the world.
I think without a doubt he's the best defender in the world. And
this kid's only 20, 19? He's 19.
19.
It's crazy.
So, big things coming for him. Number 2, Joao Felix to Atletico Madrid. The big thing about him was his price tag. Around 116 million. What do you think about that price tag for him?
It's a lot. But what we saw for him in preseason, I think it's worth it. I think Atletico Madrid has a player for the future. Have a bright start.
Scored a brace against Juventus. That's big kid. Another thing, he didn't let the pressure get to him.
Not at all.
Same thing that happened to Mbappe. The pressure has not gotten to him. He just plays the game. You could tell he's just a natural. He works hard. So I think this kid. I think the perfect replacement for Griezmann. I think he might even eventually be better than Griezmann ever was. So
wow. Joao Felix.
What a man. And number 1 on this list, Eden Hazard to Real Madrid. What do you think?
The man's, 20 pounds overweight?
22 pounds overweight, yes.
Eden Hazard, Eden Hazard. He's going to do big things for the club. I like it. Real Madrid needed something.
And they did a lot. Not only Hazard, Jovic, Ferland Mendy, Rodrigo. And then now they're in talks with actually Neymar. So that'd be huge. Hazard, my favorite player in football right now. I think he's fantastic. One of the best players, arguably the best player in the Prem last season. He is overweight, but it'll just take time to drop the weight, and he'll go right back to what he does best. So, that wraps up the transfers, and I think we're gonna head to football.
The NFL, baby.
Just a little different football. We don't really use our feet that much in the game. So, football. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the drama. There's a lot of drama in the NFL right now. So,
yes, there is.
What do you want to start with?
I want to start with Zeke.
I think we should start with Zeke.
Zeke going out with the Le'Veon Bell way. Wants to get paid that money.
Yeah. I understand he wants to get paid. I understand both sides of holding out, really. A running back wants to secure his future. If he's having some of the best seasons of his life, he should get paid. Especially someone like Zeke, who I think is the best player on by far the best player on the Cowboys. You know, there's Dak, Amari Cooper, but I think always really for the Cowboys, it's been about their running back. You know, Emmitt Smith, all those legends they have. So I think, you know, for me, I think for Zeke they should pay him. He deserves it. I understand. You know, Zeke has gotten in a bit of trouble recently. You know, it seems like he can't really stay out of trouble, which is a problem. Hopefully, you know, you don't want to see a player like that, you know, be out of the NFL like we saw with Kareem Hunt, which, you know, he is back, but suspended, yeah. So Zeke, I hope he gets paid. What do you think they should do with Zeke?
Yeah, they should pay the man. A running back like Zeke, he's a different type of animal out there. There's only a few backs in the league like him. He's a third down back. He catches the ball.
Power. He's just a truck.
I mean, Zeke is Zeke, man.
He's gonna run you down.
And how much does he want? I think he wants like $16 million. Just pay the man, man.
Just pay the man. But what kind of pissing me off is Jerry Jones. What he said. He says, you know, rushing. I forget the statement, but he said something like rushing doesn't win championships, or we don't need like the best rusher in the league to win a championship.
Emmitt Smith.
Exactly, which is what
Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith. No, that's what. Yeah. So Jerry Jones, if you're watching Jerry Jones, you don't know what you're doing. Just pay the man. Get him some help though to help him stay out of trouble, because he definitely needs that. But yeah, MG3. That's the other big one. Or well, one of the other big ones in terms of running backs.
You know what I've heard?
What?
The Cowboys may pick up MG3 and not pay Zeke. I think MG3 is he's asking for less amount of money than Zeke is. So the Cowboys are looking to swoop in and take him.
That's interesting, because I think MG3 is a better, you know, MG3 is more of like a David Johnson
pass catcher.
So that's interesting to me, because Zeke is more of a ground and pound. You know, he can't catch the ball, but yeah, that'd be interesting. I think the Chargers, they'd be fine if they traded away MG3. They have Austin Eckler. Yeah, very good backup running back.
We saw what he did last season when MG did get injured.
Yeah.
He came in, did his job, solid.
Not only that, we've seen it with James Conner. James Conner came when Le'Veon was out and just dominated.
What a star.
Yeah. So now one of the best running backs in the league.
Top 10, you say?
Top 10. That's a good question. I think he's outside
the top 10.
I think he's outside the top 10. I think
wow.
Maybe 9, maybe 11, maybe 10. Yeah, I think there are a lot of great running backs in the league.
I think he's in the top 10. I really do.
He did have a slow end to the season, but he had a great first half. Slowed down a little bit towards the end. But it's understandable, you know, after, you know, playing 9 straight weeks of football, getting hit. I can understand why, you know, some players slow down. We saw it with Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley, yes, Mr. Knees.
Mr. Knees. That boy ain't got no knees. But yeah.
How do you feel like Todd Gurley's going to come out this season? You think he's going to be the same running back he was last year, towards the beginning of the season or towards the end of the season?
The fact that C.J. Anderson outplayed him in the playoffs, that's not good. I don't know if it's Todd Gurley or Alvin Kamara, but they've been training a lot. I feel like they've both been doing insane training. But I feel like a player with Todd Gurley, I don't know if he'll be the same, but I definitely know that he'll still be an impact. You'll still, on defense, you'll still look out for Todd Gurley. I think the most out of anyone else on the Rams. There's Cooper Kupp, you know, there's Robert Woods. Mm-hmm. But I think, you know, when you look at the scouting report for the Rams offense, I think you're still going to look at, you know, Jared Goff, obviously, but I think Todd Gurley will be the first guy you're looking at.
Real quick, who are your top 5 NFL running backs right now?
Saquon
Barkley.
He's going to have to carry the entire Giants offense.
You see, that's what I think is going to give him problems in his career later down. All these hits that he's going to be taking this year, because the Giants are going to be relying around him.
Well, he doesn't really take hard hits, though. He bounces off so many hits.
But how long is that going to happen for? All these running backs, look at them. An average running back is making a career up to like the age of 30 now. All the hits that they're absorbing.
You're right.
And offensive line like the Giants, it's not the greatest. It's not the best. It's not even probably good. It's probably average, yes. Mediocre at best. So a player like Saquon is gonna have to be carrying the ball at least 30 times a game. touching the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He's still going to be a great running back, but
Yeah.
down the road for his career, what is that going to do for him? What is that going to do?
That's true. But a player like Saquon, he makes his own offense.
I can see that.
Yeah. So for sure, number one, Christian McCaffrey, number two.
Yep.
He worked out the season insanely. It looks like he's in the greatest shape of his life. And I also think the Panthers are hungry. They had a great start last season, and they choked the playoff spot. So I think they're coming back hungrier than ever to prove something. Number three, I'm gonna say Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
The Saints, what Drew Brees, just incredible offense. Mike Thomas, that trio right there is just deadly. One of the best trios in the league, I'd say. Number 4 and 5.
This is where it's gonna get interesting.
Yeah, I think the top three are the easiest, but 4 and 5, that's tough.
Are you still putting Todd Gurley up there, even though he had the problem with his
Todd
knees?
Gurley, I'm gonna say maybe 5. But 4. 4 is kind of a wild card. I don't know. But 4 is just whoever. We're talking about for this upcoming season.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 is a toss-up. It's just whoever performs. I think those 3 are gonna be the best running backs. 4 through 5, I think it could be anyone. David Johnson might show up with Kyler Murray now as quarterback.
David Johnson didn't have the greatest season last year. That O-line really didn't have nobody. The offense struggled.
The quarterback situation they had there, Josh Rosen, now a Dolphin.
And now they have new coaches, new offense. I feel like David Johnson's going to have a breakout year, another breakout season this year. I feel like he is going to be that top 4 running back this season. I also feel like you have your boy Saquon. I do believe he is going to be the best running back in the league. I feel bad for him, man. I feel like his career is going to get increasingly worse towards the years, like it happens to most running backs. But look at the hits he's taking now at such a young age, having to carry an offense, having to carry an organization. They just lost OBJ, so now it's going to even put more players in the box to stop Saquon Barkley. It's just feel bad for him.
Questions about Eli Manning's future.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like he still has a couple years in him. I feel like he's underrated, not underrated, but people really just...
He has a couple years in him, but what if Daniel Jones, that's his name, right? Daniel Jones, that quarterback? Believe so, all right. Don't roast us. Daniel Jones, what if this kid just comes off on fire? Like Lamar Jackson situation with Joe Flacco last year.
He came out 5 for 5 to a touchdown.
And that touchdown pass, did you see that?
Yeah.
Perfectly placed. The defense couldn't get to it. That was insane. I lost my mind.
I mean, I feel like once he sits on the Eli for a couple of years, 2 to 3 years.
I think 2 to 3 years.
I feel like 2 to 3 years.
You feel like the third pick in the draft should shadow a quarterback like Eli for 2 to 3 years?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't say you should rush this kid. Remember, the team.
I don't say you should rush, but maybe a year. I understand a year, but 2
I don't
to
see
3?
him. I don't see him being as good as a Baker Mayfield, a Sam Darnold, a Josh Allen.
I think he'll be as good as Sam Darnold.
I can't see it. At least not now. I don't see it now.
All right. Not now. All right. But, yeah.
Want to get into some predictions?
What were we even talking about?
We started with running backs. And we went into...
We got a little rant. Interesting. But we got to talk about AB, though.
Mr. threatens to retire because he can't wear his helmet.
Oh, my God. That's, it's ridiculous. Yeah, he does have frostbite on his feet. That was nasty. If you haven't seen the picture, don't look at it.
Yeah, I saw the picture. But how does something like that happen? First of all, that's not something that anyone could just get into. There's people, professionals watching you. How does he just get into a cryotherapy machine?
Cryotherapy.
Without the proper footwear. Like, how does something like that happen?
I think that's partly his fault.
I think it's mostly his fault, to be honest.
Yeah, because, I mean, I'm sure he's done it before, unless he hasn't done it before.
I'm pretty sure. Look how many athletes done this.
LeBron's huge on it.
And this is the only athlete that I've heard, in this case, that have frostbite on the bottom of his feet.
Yeah, really weird. And then the helmet situation. He's making the decision later in the week about whether he's actually going to retire or not. So I think it's a very strange situation. It sucks because, this kid, Central Michigan, 6th-round pick, becomes the best receiver in the league, and then just
the work ethic.
The work ethic. Yeah, his workout videos have been insane. And then just basically giving up on the game because of stupid reasons. Like,
how do you think the Raiders feel in this situation? After everything they give up, they get a player like Antonio Brown on their team, and then to have this backlash come onto them, like, how do you think they feel? Like, how do you feel like someone like John Gruden feels in this situation?
John Gruden's pissed. You know how John Gruden gets.
He doesn't play around.
John Gruden's pissed. I feel like it's very bad. I feel like even it's a big distraction for the team. And I think maybe if AD doesn't play, there are gonna be problems, because you know what's gonna happen. Let's say next week AB says he's retiring, and then they start asking the Raiders players, "Oh, what do you think about AB?" He's like, and then so one player will say, "Oh, he's soft, all this," and then I'll get back to AB. I'll start tweeting. I'll start going on interviews, talking about that player, the team, and then when people look at the Raiders, they're not gonna look at the Raiders football, trying to make the playoffs. They're gonna look at the Raiders and all the drama with AB. So again, it sucks to see someone like AB, great player, fantastic player. I'm a huge fan of his game, but he's got to grow up a little bit. And I understand his phrase, "I don't want the game," or "I don't need the game. I want the game." But you signed the contract.
Just imagine what the locker room's going through now. A player like AB is supposed to come in, supposed to be one of the main guys.
Yeah.
And then all this distraction away from the team. The season's about to start.
3 weeks.
And then having all this conversation. I don't even think he'll be able to play week 1 with the frostbite on his feet. I don't even think he'll be ready.
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, it's a tough situation for the Raiders. Like, imagine your favorite NBA team gets LeBron James, and he says, "I'm not gonna play unless I play with a certain headband." And they don't let him play with a certain headband for whatever reason. And the whole summer you're like, "Yo, we got LeBron James, like, we're going to the finals, we're going to the playoffs." That's what these people are thinking. We finally have a great receiver for Derek Carr, the best receiver in the NFL for Derek Carr. We finally work with it, a great duo. We'll have, like D-Hop and Deshaun Watson. So yeah, I think the Raiders right now are in terrible. We'll talk about AB. AB's always listening. I think the Raiders are in terrible condition right now. Wow.
Yeah, guys, we're recording this outside, as you can tell.
Yeah, it took like 2 hours to get started. It's our best take so far. So
it really is. Let's keep it going.
So yeah, that's AB.
And Derek Carr really likes Antonio Brown.
Yeah, they're great friends. Did you see their children playing?
He talks highly about him.
Yeah,
Did you see the video that just came out about him talking about how Antonio Brown makes everybody on the practice field work harder? Because the defense doesn't want to get embarrassed, and just makes the offense work harder. So
to match him, yeah.
And Antonio Brown just once he's in the right state of mind, once he gets through all of this, I feel like the Raiders and him are gonna get past this. But come on, man, this season's about to start. Causing too many distractions for your team. It's not good right now.
I just hope one of these days Antonio Brown wakes up and is like, "Man, I can't do this to my teammates," and he's just like, "All right, I'll play with the helmet, even though I think it's gonna make me, it's gonna make it harder for me to catch or whatever. I'll work through it." And I just hope the Raiders succeed, because they're a team that there are a lot of good players. Yeah, they should succeed. I hope they do. Yeah.
You want to get into some early predictions?
Yeah, then we get into some early predictions. I think we're gonna do a little game over under for some of these teams. I'm not gonna do all of them. It's quite a lot.
30.
Yeah. But I think we'll do some of the top teams and some of the lower teams, just to see what we're thinking. So we're gonna start off.
Let's start with the home team. Let's start with the.
You wanna start with the Dolphins?
Start with the Dolphins.
All right. Let's see what the Dolphins are looking like. The Dolphins, they are gonna be somewhere here.
Dolphins over under 4.5.
Is that what the over under is for the Dolphins? 4.5. Okay. I think under. I'm sorry. The Dolphins are looking rough this year.
If you just look at the beginning of the schedule, who they played: Baltimore week 1,
Baltimore week 1, Patriots week 3, week 2. Sorry. They play the Browns, then the New York Browns.
You could just tell that Jarvis Landry's gonna come off revenge.
Yeah.
And to come out, score at least. I'm predicting he's gonna get.
It's gonna be 40. They're gonna drop 40 on him.
But I honestly feel like I think we win more than 3 games.
I think we win 3 games.
I feel like we win more than 4 games. Maybe that's just me being a Dolphins fan. I say we win.
Yeah, we're gonna win 3 games at the start of the season, 3-0, 3-0, and then just lose the rest.
Not this year. Not this season. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going over. I have
You're
to go
going over. I'm going
over.
under. I'm sorry, I
have
can't
to
see
go.
the Dolphins
Have to
doing that
go.
well. All right, let's go to our rivals, the Patriots. The over/under is 11. What do you think?
I feel like they'll get 12. I'm going over.
I'm going 11. I think they'll go 11-5. I think that's a good record for them. You know, you just can't bet against the Patriots right now. The only way you bet against the Patriots is if you hear Tom Brady's out for the year, and even then, they'll pull some magical little quarterback out of nowhere.
I mean, they did draft a quarterback this year.
They did, yeah. But yeah, even then, I'm just gonna say they go 11-5. You know, I think there's a low regression. I don't think they'll go 12-4 again, but yeah, 11 wins. So I'm staying there. The Chiefs. What do you think? The over/under is 10.5.
Chiefs, I'm gonna go under.
You're going under.
I'm gonna go under.
What's the reason for that?
They lost the likes of Kareem Hunt. I know they do have.
Damian Williams.
Yeah, he's a monster. We
he's
saw what he
nasty.
did towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
But I just feel like they're gonna not do bad, but not win 12 games. I feel like they'll win at least 11, 10. I don't see them winning more than 12.
I'm gonna have to go opposite. I think they'll go over.
Over, wow.
I think they'll go 12-4.
12 and 4.
They always have a great regular season. In the playoffs, you know, they've had some of the worst collapse in the playoffs I've ever seen. Against it was the Titans and the Colts. Some of the worst collapses. They always have a great regular season. This year's not gonna be any different. 12-4. We'll see how they do. Patrick Mahomes on the cover of Madden, so we'll see if the Madden curse hits him. Don't think he'll repeat a 50 touchdown year. I think he'll definitely go for 40 or high 30s. But yeah, and he still has the weapons. Tyreek Hill and
Travis Kelce.
And the big news that Tyreek Hill didn't get suspended or any real action against him. That's huge for the Chiefs. That would have been
Real bad.
real bad.
Who's their second best receiver? Sammy Watkins?
I mean, that's not even that bad. Sammy Watkins is a good receiver.
But he's no Tyreek Hill.
He's no Tyreek Hill. There's no person like Tyreek Hill in the league. Los Angeles Rams, 10.5. I'm going.
Want to go first this time?
I'm going under. I'm
Same.
sorry.
I'm going under.
They're good. I think they'll win 10 games. I can see one. They can go 10-6. But yeah, I don't know about any more than that. You know, they do have the best player in the NFL right now, Aaron Donald. Doubt.
What a beast. That man's disgusting.
So yeah, New Orleans Saints over/under is 10.5 again.
Over.
Yeah.
Over.
You can't bet against the Saints. Their trio, if they stay healthy, Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, and Mike Thomas. Their defense has always been solid. Marshawn Lattimore. I think, yeah. They're definitely winning more than 10.5 games. We're going to go down a little bit to the Colts. The over/under is 10.
Oof. I feel like they go over 10.
I'm going.
Even though Andrew Luck did have this little injury during the preseason, during training camp, but I still feel like Indianapolis this year.
Best O-line in the year. Best O-line the best O-line last year.
I feel like they're going to win more than 10 games, that's for sure.
I feel like they're either win 10 or more. Definitely not less than 10 because their team is so great. They have the best Darius Leonard defensive rookie of the year, I believe. What a beast.
And their team is just so evenly great.
Their team, yeah, great. They have good
T.Y.
linebackers, good defense. Yeah, just everything on their team is good. There's no real no real spot on their team that you could look and be like, all right, that's the spot we're gonna attack. There's real no point. The Eagles, over/under 10. I'm going under.
I'm going over.
You're going over, really?
Going over.
What makes you say that about the Eagles?
Carson Wentz, I like him.
I think he'll have a great year.
I think it's having a phenomenal year, actually.
Oh wow.
Phenomenal year. As long as he can stay healthy.
Yeah, that's
If
the
he
problem
stays
with him.
healthy, I feel like the Eagles are going to be a tough team to beat. They added the likes of Jordan Howard at running back. I like them. I really do like them. I like their defense. I like what they do.
Yeah.
So, Super Bowl champs a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they'll get maybe 9 or 8 wins. Yeah, they have trouble staying healthy. That's a big problem. So yeah, the Chargers over under is 9.5. I'm going over. I see them winning 10 or 11 games.
Even without MG3.
They have Austin Eckler. Is Austin Eckler MG3? I don't think so, but I say this is MG3, and then this is Austin Eckler.
Wow. I'm going under there. I really don't feel like they're. What was it again? 12?
It was 9.5. They have 12 wins last year.
They had 12 wins last year. I don't think they win.
They'll get at least 10.
I don't think so. I feel like they'll actually. I don't even think they make the playoffs this year.
You don't think so?
I'm making a bold statement. I don't think they're making the playoffs this year.
All right. Well, the Chicago Bears. I have something important to say about the Bears. Their over under is 9.
Going over.
I'm going over. I think the Chicago Bears are winning the Super Bowl.
That's gonna be a scary team.
I'm very confident. They have the best defense in the NFL. Eddie Jackson, Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, Mitch Trubisky had a pretty good year.
I'm calling it right now.
Tariq Cohen.
Allen Robinson's gonna have a breakout year this
Allen
season.
Robinson. You think so?
Breakout season this year.
Yeah. So I think the Bears. To me, the Bears team to watch out for. They're just disgusting. We'll move on to some of the worst teams in the league. See what we think about them.
Go ahead. Let's go ahead.
All right. Let's go. All right. What do we see here? All right. So Arizona Cardinals, their over-under is 5. What do you think?
Over.
You think over?
More over.
Think they're going to break out?
I feel like they're going to have a pretty even year. I feel like they at least win 7 games.
7 games. Wow, that's a big change for a team like that. I'm going under, honestly. I think, Kyler Murray's going to have some time to adjust. I don't think the defense is all there. Patrick Peterson, obviously, he's been a captain on that team for a long time. One of the best cornerbacks in the league. But, yeah, I think they'll still struggle. Oakland Raiders, over under is 6. What do you think? Now, what we talked about earlier, AB, is this man going to play?
Even without AB, I feel like they'll get the over. I feel like the Raiders are going to do some things this season.
But you got to think if AB, if that drama still clouds them, I don't know,
Josh Jacobs is going to do a lot for them.
That is true. I forgot.
Game.
Yeah,
So
Josh Jacobs.
Over.
Yeah. Okay. New York Giants.
And the Raiders also did have 3 first-round picks this year.
They did, and they kind of. I would say they kind of wasted their picks. Josh Jacobs was a great pickup. I think who was it, the 4th pick? I think the defensive lineman they took with the 4th pick. He had a pretty good first game in the preseason. Don't know much about him. But yeah, I still think under, honestly. They won 5 or 4 games. The Giants. Think about the Giants.
What is it?
6. 6 is the
I'm going
over.
under.
I'm going under.
I'm going under.
How many games do you think they'll win?
5, 4. I don't see them winning more than. I can't see them winning 6 games.
I think I'm going under too. I just can't see. They're gonna have quarterback problems because they're not gonna be able to decide who their quarterback is. And yeah, it's.
Do you think Daniel Jones has a chance of starting the season?
I think he should start. Maybe not week 1, but I think he should start. I think they'll have a Lamar Jackson situation.
Remember, they had a Lamar Jackson situation because Joe Flacco got injured.
Yeah, and yeah, I understand, but I like Daniel Jones a lot. I think he is the man. He's the 3rd pick in the draft. If you don't really play him, then they kind of maybe not wasted the pick. But yeah, maybe not start him at the start of the season. But see how Eli plays. If Eli's playing good, obviously keep Eli. If he's not, put Daniel Jones in for a drive or 2 in a game near the end of it. See how he plays. Plays good. Start him the next week. And then from there, But this will be an experimental season for New York. Yeah, under.
I mean, when you see the players that they added Golden Tate. They still have.
They added Golden Tate, but they lost. Hold up, Beckham.
OBJ, yeah. Do you think OBJ was like
a cancer to the team?
Yeah. Do you feel like there was a lot of drama in the locker room there?
I mean, again, it's kind of similar to Antonio Brown. You know,
like OBJ is an emotional player. He wants to win.
He is, yeah. He is very emotional. And I understand it. You know, you don't play this game just for the money. He doesn't play the game just for the money. He plays this game to win. You know, the money's nice, obviously, but he plays this game to win. And you know, he's been on a losing team basically his entire career. You know, they went to the playoffs once, I believe. But yeah, and you would have thought adding Saquon, you know, you could run the ball, you could throw the ball, and you know, and it just wasn't enough. Their defense really wasn't there, and it was rough. So yeah, under for the Giants. We got the Cincinnati Bengals 6.
Under. Losing the likes of AJ Green for 6 to 8 weeks.
That's huge. That's huge.
That's like really the only receiving threat. They're gonna have to see how Tyler Boyd comes out.
Tyler Boyd, hopefully he might have a big year.
He should have a big year, but I don't feel like he's gonna be able to, at least not yet, be the type of player like AJ.
Yeah, he won't be an AJ Green.
And I feel like the quarterback situation, Andy Dalton.
Yeah, Andy Dalton, you know, he's been a good quarterback for as long as I can remember being into football, but like he's never really, you know, had an insane year really.
And their defense, like, I really don't see anything.
Geno Atkins, yeah, that's really the only player I can name on their defense, if I'm being honest.
I'm going under.
Yeah, I'm going under too then. And then do one more here.
The Jets.
What are the Jets? Yeah, that's an interesting one. 7.5 for the Jets.
I'm going over.
I'm going over too. I think the Jets are going to come out swinging. Robbie Anderson.
Le'Veon Bell. Robbie Anderson's going to have a breakout season this year.
Robbie Anderson's going to have a breakout season.
You think Le'Veon Bell is going to be the same Le'Veon Bell that he was in the Steelers?
I don't think he'll be the same, but I definitely think he'll be a top 10 running back in the league.
Top 10. Wow, and thinking about it, I totally forgot about Le'Veon Bell as a top 5. I think he'll be a top 5 running back.
I think he'll be a top 5. I don't know about that.
Top 5.
But yeah, I mean, he was really the first running back that, you know, he was really the first running back that was a dual threat. He could run the ball, be a pass catcher. Then, you know, David Johnson came after him. Then Saquon has come now. So Le'Veon Bell was really the first one to be like that. So yeah, I'll also go over. Are there any other ones here you kind of want to go through?
The 49ers.
The 49ers, they're in an interesting situation. The over-under for them is 8. If Jimmy G comes back healthy, you got to think about that. Kittle, what a beast, one of the best tight ends in the league.
What a season last year.
Yeah, that was insane. Travis Kelce broke the record for most receiving yards by a tight end, and then he broke it in the same day. That was insane. But yeah, I gotta say, like, that's a tough one. Richard Sherman also on that team. I forget he is. It's a close one.
I'm gonna go neutral. I feel like
they're gonna go 8.
I think they're gonna go 8-8.
I think they're gonna go under. Honestly, I'm just saying they're gonna go under. They're gonna have a couple problems. And yeah. Any other ones you're looking at?
About it. Well, the Cowboys.
Cowboys, that's interesting though because of Zeke. We don't know.
Sure. What do you think the Vikings do this season? Do you think they?
You know, I think they have the best. I think they have the best receiving duel.
Adam Thielen,
Stephon Diggs. Absolutely insane.
What do you feel about Kirk Cousins getting paid all that money and having the season that he had last year? It really wasn't the most impressive. It wasn't a bad season, but for a man getting paid all that money,
Kirk Cousins is the most average quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's like he's not good. Like he's not bad. I've seen Case Keenum make better plays than him.
Wow. I'm having to disagree on you on that one.
I'm sorry.
I feel like
I think Kirk Cousins, not even a top 10 quarterback in the league. I think he has a lot to prove this season. And if he doesn't prove it this season, then I could see definitely some trade talks. Trade talks are bringing in another quarterback because the fact that the Vikings are basically almost wasting away Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen's primes, which you don't see a lot of. That's like Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens back in the day. I mean, not that good, but to a certain level. So I think, yeah, Kirk Cousins, you gotta step your game up this year. at least 30 touchdowns. Cut down on the interceptions. Yeah.
Trying to get into our predictions.
Predictions for. You want to do Super Bowl or awards, or who's gonna win MVP?
Let's start off with Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year, offensive rookie of the year. Who do you got going?
I got the first pick,
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Last year's first pick, Baker Mayfield, he had a great first season. I think Kyler Murray will be good. He has someone like Larry Fitzgerald, which is good. Larry Fitzgerald isn't in his prime,
David Johnson.
Yeah, David Johnson. The new offense that's basically being, basically this new offense is coming in while he's coming, so that's huge. Won't have to do that much adjustment.
I say that he should be the week 1 starter.
No, I think he should too. I think for sure he's a week 1 starter. He's fast too. Don't forget, very fast.
It's the NFL. I don't think he's gonna be running like he was running in college.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But you
never
if
know.
the pocket collapses,
Yeah,
look
at Josh Allen last season. The man was running for his life.
Who?
Josh Allen.
Oh, Josh Allen. Yeah.
Who do you have for offensive rookie of the year? You also have the likes of Hollywood Brown, Kevin breakout season.
I think I'm giving it to Josh Jacobs.
Jacobs.
I think he's going to be the centerpiece of that Raiders offense if Antonio Brown doesn't play, which I said days ago by. I don't know, man. Antonio Brown, if there was any player that'd say I would retire because I just want to retire, it would be Antonio Brown. So that boy does not care. Do you see how he had his hair and his mustache this year? Come on now. In the summer. Had that little blue hair, the blonde mustache. Yeah, he doesn't care. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Josh Jacobs as my offensive rookie of the year.
Can't be mad at it. Josh Jacobs.
Defensive rookie of the year. Who do you have on?
Defensive rookie of the year.
Nick Bosa. I think for sure Nick Bosa.
I feel like he's going to have to have a good season.
I forgot about him being on the 49ers. That's disrespectful. I'm sorry, Nick Bosa.
Second round pick, Bob.
I'm sorry, Nick Bosa. I'm sorry. Second round pick. Not second for his second pick in the draft. Funny story. My friend actually got his luggage switched with Nick Bosa's dad's. He opened the luggage. It was the exact same luggage, and he saw like a paper saying like Nick Bosa from the draft, and he's like, "What is this?" And then he called the guy, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like we're gonna swap our luggage." So interesting story. Yeah, I would have stolen that paper. Nice souvenir. Still on eBay. But yeah, he's my defensive rookie of the year. Is he yours?
I have to say so. I don't see anybody. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Nick.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for sure it's Nick Bosa. Grady Williams from the Browns. I think he can be good. Don't know if he'll have an insane season.
Let's get into some of our season predictions. Who do you think is gonna come out on top?
On top of on top of the conferences?
Mm-hmm.
Here, I got it. So we can start with our division.
The Patriots.
The Patriots are gonna come out on top.
Patriots, the Jets, the
Bills. Dolphins for sure being last in that one.
Gonna be last.
So yeah, AFC East is the first division we have here. Patriots winning it. Jets. Jets maybe wild card. Maybe.
I can see it happening.
I can see Jets sneaking into the wild card.
Made a lot of big pickups this offseason.
Yeah.
I can see it happening.
AFC West.
That looks like a tough division.
That is a really tough division right now. I think Chiefs are gonna come out of it again.
Chiefs. Now, do you have the Chargers over it?
I'd have the Chargers over the Raiders. Yeah, definitely have the Chargers. They have their own little drama, but I think in terms of it, MG3 he's been very, he hasn't really caused too much drama as AB has. I like that. So, and they have Austin Eckler as we talked about before as a backup. So, AFC North is another tough division. We didn't really talk about the Steelers, but how do you think they're gonna do without AB?
I feel like they'll be fine. They have Juju. They have James Conner. Big Ben. But I have the Browns coming out on top on this division.
You do. Wow.
And then I have the Ravens under them. I have the Steelers as the third team in this division.
I do too. I feel Lamar Jackson, he's going to pick up where he left off. Not in the playoffs because he played terrible in the playoffs. Which is understandable. His first game, there were nerves. But he had a great end of the season. Pick up where he left off. Yeah. So I think, yeah, I agree with you there. The Browns will finish on top. Ravens might sneak into a wild card spot.
I can see it happening.
AFC South, another tough division.
Here, I'm going to make a bold statement.
I have
the Jaguars are going to make the playoffs.
I think the Jaguars. In a division with the Texans and the Colts?
I'm not saying they're going to win. I'm not going to say they're winning the division. They're going to be a wild card team. But yeah, I think
for sure it's Colts and Texans.
I can see it. But I feel like everyone's overlooking the Jaguars. They did add Nick Foles.
They did. I forgot about that actually. Yeah.
They have Jalen Ramsey. They have Leonard Fournette. If he can stay healthy, I mean, I can see it happening.
I think they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. Second to the Bears.
Well, I didn't play that good last season.
But yeah, Jalen Ramsey's coming back to prove something though.
He should. After all those quarterbacks he called out last season and kind of got,
Yeah. Yeah, for real. NFC East. Listen, the divisions are kind of tough this year.
I have the Eagles coming out on this at number 1 here, and the Cowboys under them.
Yeah. Redskins and Giants, I think they're going to have tough seasons. They're really not going to do much.
What do you feel about Dwayne Haskins? We really didn't talk about him much.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins had a pretty bad first preseason game, but I don't think can't judge someone off one game, especially preseason. He had one drive. I think he'll be fine. He'll be a good quarterback. Do I think he'll be, I don't think he'll be one of the best rookie quarterbacks. But I think, he's not in the best situation right now. So, yeah, he'll struggle a bit, but he'll be fine in the end.
I can't wait. I really want to see him play against the Giants.
Yeah, I will. They passed on him.
They passed on him. He has something to prove. He has something to prove against him.
Yeah, a lot of teams passed on him, actually. We could have picked him up. The Dolphins could have picked him up. I thought we were.
Nah.
With Christian Wilkins, baby. Very energetic. I like him. Good guy. All right, NFC West. I got the Rams. I think Rams for sure.
Seattle. Do you think the 49ers could overtake
Seattle? I think Seahawks are going over them again.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Seahawks,
Out of the likes of DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf. He's on my fantasy team, so I hope he does well. But, yeah, I don't know. He had a okay preseason from what I heard and saw. But, yeah. NFC North, I think Bears for sure.
This is a pretty tough division, too.
I think Lions are clearly the ones that are going to be on the bottom. Bears for sure coming out on top.
How the Packers under the Bears? Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers
has something to prove.
Aaron Rodgers has to do something, man. He's not getting any younger. And I don't think he's gonna be Brett Favre, where as soon as the Packers replace him, he's gonna go to another team. I don't think he will do that. And then finally, NFC South, Saints coming out on top, and I think Panthers right behind them.
Ooh. The Panthers over the Falcons.
I think Panthers over the Falcons.
That's gonna be a tough division as well.
Lots of divisions.
I mean, if the Falcons can stay healthy, Devontae Freeman can stay healthy, Julio Jones.
That's the problem, yeah. Julio Jones.
I feel like the Falcons have one of the best offenses in the NFL.
They do, but also, yeah.
Their defense is kind of iffy.
Their defense is all right. And again, Panthers.
Yeah. Cam Newton coming off the shoulder surgery, so that's going to be huge. See how he starts off the season.
Christian McCaffrey is coming out. He's going to come out. Yeah, he's going to come out. All my fantasy teams. Second pick in my draft. To me. Yeah, I think, yeah. So, got our predictions. All right, so who do you think, which two teams from the division, from the NFC, do you think are going to be in the wild card?
The wild card. I have
the Packers.
The Packers and Seattle.
Yeah, I have the Packers and the Panthers, actually.
Panthers. That's nice.
So then on the AFC, who do you have going wild card here?
I have the Jets.
Jets, wow.
Yeah, I'm going Jets, and then I'm also going...
Oh, shit. My bad.
I'm going Jags. Jets and Jags.
You're going Jets and Jags?
I'm going the Jets and Jags.
Wow. I'm going Ravens. Yeah, I'm going Ravens, and I'm going Texans or Colts, whichever one doesn't finish first in the division.
Wow, we really didn't talk about Tennessee that much.
I mean, what is there to talk about Tennessee? I mean, Marcus Mariota.
They make the playoffs last season.
They did, yeah. Derrick Henry had a beast.
What a second half of a year.
Yeah.
He started off super slow, came out in second half, and was a different line.
His card in Madden was disgusting. Truck everybody. Yeah, I think I don't know, but they're in such a tough place. Everyone else in that division is, you know, Texans. You know, they have D-Hop, Sean Watson, J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney. Well, Clowney hasn't signed his contract yet.
Yeah, that's the problem. He wants more money.
Yeah,
pay the man.
And rightfully so. I think they should pay him. Colts, you know, best O-line in the league. Andrew Luck, you know.
What do you feel about the Browns situation? About Juice and OBJ, best friends.
Yeah.
But do you think there's going to be a controversy there about who wants the ball more?
No, because they've played with each other, so they understand. You know, they play with each other. You know, they've been friends forever. It's kind of similar to in the NBA, Russ and Harden. I think, you know, they both understand each other. They both respect each other's games, and they know that to win, they'll have to sacrifice, you know. In the NBA, it's, you know, who gets to hold the ball more, touch the ball more. And in the NFL, it's, you know, yardage. Like, OBJ might not have another 200-yard night, as long as he's on the Browns with Juice. But he might have 100, and then Juice might have also 100.
But how do you feel like when you look at Jarvis Landry coming from Miami and the number one receiver there?
Yeah.
When he went to the Browns,
He was the number one receiver.
number one receiver there.
Now he's number 2.
Exactly. How do you think that's gonna take a toll on him? I feel like gonna be some controversy there. I feel like the Browns are gonna have some problems towards the beginning of the season. I feel like they're gonna lose some games that they shouldn't be losing at the beginning of the season because of this. But I don't know how this is gonna play out. OBJ, if he gets too emotional, if he starts complaining, and Baker, you know, Baker's not gonna.
Baker doesn't.
He's not gonna take none of that. So
Baker will
see how this goes out. It's gonna be interesting.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, I think this is one of the more. I think in, you know, in sports, and this is one of the most exciting years. You know, the NBA is competitive again. We didn't really talk about the NBA today. We'll get to it later.
Yeah, the season's kind of far away.
Yeah, season's definitely far away. Making predictions now way too early. But NBA is, you know, it's competitive again. Real competitive.
I like it. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, NFL's competitive again.
2K's gonna be fun to play.
2K's definitely gonna be fun to play. Off-balling with the Clippers. It'll be nasty.
Who do you have winning the Super Bowl? Your two teams. Who are going to the Super Bowl?
I got Bears in the NFC, and then in the AFC, I gotta go. Man, like I've learned to not bet against the Patriots, man.
You have to. I feel like that's the team.
I feel like Patriots and Chiefs are gonna meet again in the conference championship, and I don't know. We'll see. And man, you gotta think about it. Last year, do you think the Patriots would have beat the Saints in the Super Bowl?
I don't think so.
It's
I don't
like
think so.
yeah.
I would have rather seen the Rams play the Chiefs than the Patriots. I feel like that game would have been a lot more.
I mean, yeah, we saw what happened last time they played 54-51. What a game. That was the greatest game I've ever watched of football.
I wish we would have been able to see the New Orleans Saints. I have the Saints and the Patriots. Those are my two.
Yeah, I have the Bears. I have the Bears and the Patriots. Or
I don't
the
feel
Chiefs.
like Trubisky could get them over that hump yet, against a team like the Saints. Drew Brees has the experience. The Saints have the experience. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's gonna be a fun season. NFL, soccer, it's gonna be fun. So yeah.
How about we talk about our new team, right?
Oh yeah, I think we should just talk about this for a little bit.
You know?
Miami is getting a soccer team in the MLS, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
David Beckham's the owner. They've started announcing players, I believe.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so we have a couple players. Not anyone too crazy or famous. You know, eventually, as we become a team, you know, I'm sure we'll have some of those players from Europe. Antoine Griezmann teased, you know, that he might sign. I feel like we have a big advantage that Beckham is our manager.
And that's just that. We live in Miami.
Yeah,
who doesn't want to come down to Miami?
Who doesn't want to spend retirement in Miami, you know? You know, after a home game, go to your beach house villa, just chill, your condo.
But I'm excited for the future, man. I'm really excited.
I'm excited. You know, we have a team. Yeah, and I was talking to you today during the game. I'm like, yo, soccer stadium, the experience is crazy. You know, every time Harry Maguire headed the ball, everyone would go, oh. Every time there would be a pass, ole, 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 ole. So yeah, it was really fun. I'm excited, honestly. Really excited. So yeah, exciting stuff to come. You know, first episode of the podcast.
What an experience, huh?
Yeah,
Only took us 3 hours to
took
record.
us about 3 hours to start recording, but you know, it's fun. You know, we're recording off a phone right now.
Yeah.
We're recording on a plastic Domino's table. But you know, hopefully, you know, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun.
It was
You know,
fun.
talking a little bit professional. You know, it's the first time, so I feel like as we go on, you know, we get more loose. You know, just be more natural. I forgot my water over there. I don't
Yeah,
wanna get up.
same. Yeah.
So my voice got a little raspy. But no, it was a fun experience. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, like. It's not that hard.
Make sure you guys subscribe. We just got the channel, trying to grow.
Yeah.
And make sure you guys leave some feedback down. What you guys want us to talk about in the future. What you guys think. Who do you guys think is going to come out on top in the AFC and the NFC?
Premier League, all those. Everything we talked about, just leave your opinion, you know. I'm sure when I had too many comments, we could respond, you know. No, really, thank you guys. This was fun. We hope to do it again. So until next time.
See ya.